start with you know, the hill on which Sunak's decided to die, on Rwanda. We're all bored of talking about it. We've talked until we're blue in the face about, you know, you obviously agreed to it, Sunak, because you did a deal with Suella Braverman. Your naked ambition to be the Prime Minister has now found you in a position where the one nation lefty or centrist Tories think it's gone far enough. Cameron's back. The ones on the right, Braverman and Jenrick, want more. From an outsider's point of view, he can't survive this, can he? It's not going to happen, Rod, is it?
No, I suspect not. The problem is, of course, is that he's never really agreed with the Rwanda policy. I mean, and so he's been forced into a position where he's had to do a kind of compromise. And on an issue like that, there kind of is no compromise. The big problem with Rwanda was always the fact that individual claimants, asylum seekers, would use the judicial process in order to get themselves away from Rwanda or not sent to Rwanda in the first place. And that's been the problem all the way down the line, and has been across the whole board on the migrants issue, that whatever the government tries to do, it's thwarted by the legal authorities. And there seems to be nothing in this bill which will prevent the individual asylum seekers from mounting a legal challenge, which will effectively ensure they don't go there. And the lawyers will be swarming over this, you know, as soon as it goes through. So, I mean, you either stake out your territory and you say, right, we are going to send people to Rwanda, and there will be no individual legal challenges, or you just give up on Rwanda altogether. What he's doing is taking a middle path, which in the end pleases nobody, I suspect.
But it's too late, isn't it, to give up on the whole plan now?
Yeah, possibly, Rose, possibly. I mean, his big mistake was in, as he always does, being conciliatory both to Braverman and to the left of his party, in a way that you simply can't do that with this particular issue, because it won't work. Rwanda was always a bit of a red herring in a sense. I mean, the biggest issue is how do we deal with, firstly, legitimate immigration, you know, which is far happening at a far greater rate than the asylum seekers. So there was that, which he's done very little about, although James Cleverly's made the right noises at times. But then the second thing is how to stop migrants dying as they cross the channel and deter them from coming here. Clearly, at the moment, Rwanda is no kind of deterrent.
Well, just jumping in, Rod, over the weekend, Starmer, two things. I just wanted your quick opinion. We've loads to get through with you. He says, quite rightly, that the nobody wants to see those deaths. He says it's about tackling the illegal gangs. No meat on that bone, by the way. Just let's tackle illegal gangs. We asked Chris Bryant, no meat at all. He also says we should process in a foreign country, probably France. I thought, oh, here we go again. It was explained to me that means at least you can process these people at source rather than getting them in the country. And by the way, this weekend the Home Office said they'd lost 17,000 people. So maybe that's not such a bad idea to process these people abroad.
Well, the idea was always to process the people abroad, but it was the problem was always finding the right country. And given the legal challenges that are being mounted and the power of the judiciary in our democracy at the moment, just about the only country you could get away with is Denmark or somewhere. You know, it would have to be a country which was so achingly liberal that no possible objection could be founded to it. And yet it won't happen. I mean, what you say is absolutely right about Sir Keir Starmer and Chris Bryant, that they have no plan whatsoever to reduce the number of asylum seekers coming here. There is nothing they have suggested which will do it. And saying we need to target the gangs, suggest how you might target the gangs. Yeah. What are you going to do?
I've only heard one thing. I know Rosie wants to crack on very quickly, but I've only ever heard one thing. I've asked every Labour person how you're going to pay for it, anything that they're going to do. They say, cancel non-dom status, that's 3 billion quid. That ain't going to cure the word sills. This is quite interesting from Rosie, though,
because right now, Rod, do the Labour Party really need a concrete alternative? I mean, we're looking at this latest YouGov survey that suggests Starmer would win a landslide majority of 120. You know, Rishi Sunak may be trying the very best he can to try and get this Rwanda policy over the line, but if that poll is to be believed, it doesn't make any difference at all.
Well, no, I think that's right. And in a sense, I mean, it's a matter of morality rather than a matter of pragmatics. I mean, pragmatically, all Starmer has to do is keep his gob shut for a year and he's won a landslide. And I think we all know that. The people are sick of the Conservative government. But there is an issue with the more discerning voters as to what the hell they're going to do once they get into power. And we have no idea on a whole vast range of issues, which includes obviously asylum seekers, but goes on to various other things such as nationalisation, which 1 minute he's going to do it, 1 minute he isn't, and etc., etc. So, no, sure, I take the point, Rosie. They don't need to do anything. They're already set for a general election victory, and I don't think that there's anything. I can't see anything that would get in the way of that, even quite rapidly improved living standards. I think people are wearied of the Tories.